Hi there! Welcome to Simple or Not Kitchen. My name is Melissa Sainode. Here in Simple or Not Kitchen, we look at some of those viral food trends and internet recipes, and we put them to the test and let you know if they're simple to follow or not. But we also let you know if they're any good and if they're worth trying. And today we are testing out that viral food trend of butter coffee, where, people put butter in their coffee. I know that adding butter to coffee does sound kind of strange, but this is actually quite good, and there's supposed to be some health benefits to adding butter to your coffee, and this is super simple, and it's actually quite delicious. For each cup of butter coffee, we're going to need about 2 tablespoons of butter and 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, as well as whatever sweetener you like to sweeten your coffee with. And we are going to use the jar method for making our butter coffee. Basically, we're going to add our coconut oil and our butter to the jar. My coffee is hot and it is already sweetened. I like sugar in my coffee, but you can sweeten it with whatever you like. We're just going to pour everything into that jar. And be careful, this is hot. Then we are going to put the cover on the jar and we're going to shake it until all that butter and oil is well incorporated into the coffee. Because this is hot, I'm going to protect my hands by using a dish towel as I shake my coffee. And it's that simple. After we shake our coffee, we're going to go ahead and pour it into a mug. And you guys, this is actually really, really good. If you like nice creamy coffee, then I encourage you to give this a try. It comes out almost like a nice caramelly latte. And while coffee might be good for drinking, it's also pretty handy outside of the kitchen as well. When I'm not baking or cooking, I'm often doing crafting projects, and one of my favorite uses for coffee is to use it to dye fabric. Here I have just a piece of regular cotton fabric. I'm putting it in some coffee in a jar and just shaking it up, and it's a great way to bring sort of a vintage tint or a light coffee colored brown to fabric. It's actually quite beautiful. It's one of my favorite ways to dye fabrics and yarns. And as well as for dyeing fabrics, you can also use coffee to stain wood and other items as well. To make a nice stain with coffee, I'm just going to mix it with a little bit of water in a jar, and we're going to shake it up so that it's nice and well incorporated. Then I'm going to use it to stain a small piece of wood that I'm using for a crafting project. And I'm just going to use a paintbrush to apply that coffee to the wood to give it just a light stain effect. And you can also do the same thing with paper, just to bring sort of a vintage or aged effect to your paper. I recently used this technique for a family member who was getting married, and they asked for a special storybook-inspired sign that looked a little bit like a fairy tale book. And so I used coffee to age some paper and to create this sign. And there's no need to throw away your used coffee grounds. They're great in compost piles, and I'll sometimes add a little bit of coffee grounds to my plants just to give them a little extra nutritional boost, and some of my plants really seem to like it. You can't use coffee with all plants. Sometimes it might be too much, but just in small amounts, it's great for most plants. And my plants, most of them seem to really like it. Thank you so much for watching Simple or Not Kitchen. If you try butter coffee, let me know how you liked it. And if you try using coffee in any of these other ideas around the house, let me know how it turned out. Thank you so much for watching. You'll find more recipes, articles, and video at PenalCentral.com.